In today's video, we're going to go over the slight risk of severe weather for the northwest and the marginal risk of severe weather for the southeast for today. We're going to also go over the marginal risk for the midwest and southeast for tomorrow. Then we're going to go over Friday's marginal risk for the northwest. Then we're going to talk about Hurricane Darby in today's video, and then we're going to talk about the Eastern Pacific and Atlantic in today's video. So let's get right into things. Okay, we have a marginal risk of severe weather for today for areas of Montana and Wyoming. We also have a slight risk for areas of Montana for today. So we will have to watch for some significant damaging winds being possible and isolated large hail being possible for today. So now we're looking at the models here, and we see around 4 p.m. That's about the time when these storms could develop here for areas of Montana, where we could see some damaging winds and some isolated large hail being possible here. As we go on, we could see some storms continuing into 6 o'clock with potentially some damaging wind getting up to 70 to 75 mile per hour winds being possible. Maybe some isolated large hail up to an inch. Maybe a few getting up to 1.5. And maybe very isolated ones maybe getting up to 2 inches. But less likely hail threat's going to be more of a damaging wind threat. As we move on, around 8 p.m. we still see some storms going on for Montana. We could see some damaging winds being possible, up to maybe 70 to 75 being possible, maybe in some gusts, isolated up to 80 maybe. Then we'll have to watch as it continues to move into eastern Montana, even some storms going on for southern Montana and areas of Wyoming, potentially by 11 p.m. Then it looks like it all fizzles out by 1 a.m. in the morning. Okay, we have a marginal risk for tomorrow also from Virginia all the way down to Texas for tomorrow, so we will have to watch for some isolated damaging winds being possible. Here we are looking at the models around 10 a.m. here, and we see a few showers and thunderstorms going on here for Georgia and South Carolina, potentially at 10 o'clock in the morning. Most likely they probably won't be severe quite at this time, but as we fast forward into the afternoon, evening here, around 1 p.m. we could see some stronger storms going on in Georgia and South Carolina with some isolated damaging winds being possible. And then some additional storms start to develop around 4 to 5 o'clock around areas of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia here, even areas in North Carolina, close to Virginia there, maybe a few other storms developing. And they continue, it shows till about 9 p.m. here, and then it looks like most of them fizzle out, but we may still see a few thunderstorms going on for South Carolina, Georgia, and maybe a little bit of Alabama, and maybe southern Mississippi may see isolated thunderstorms still going on. Then it all fizzles out by 4 a.m. here. Most of the storms are out of here. Okay, now we are looking at day 2, a marginal risk from North Dakota all the way down to Iowa, then another marginal risk for Georgia all the way over to North Carolina for day 2. So now we're looking at the models for day 2 around 9 a.m. in the morning here. Really not seeing too much going on anywhere in the Midwest or the Southeast, just a few maybe rain showers and thunderstorms going on in Louisiana. Some of those may be strong there, maybe some small hail, damaging winds, and maybe some flooding going on in some of those areas, so you will have to watch for some flooding for some of these areas potentially here for day 2. Then as we continue here, we see some additional development going on for Alabama, Georgia, Florida for 5 p.m. here on day 2. Now as we continue, we see some other storms try to develop here in South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama. We see some other storms trying to develop here around 8 p.m. And it looks like those storms continue into 1 a.m. to areas of North Carolina, South Carolina, where you can see some strong storms with damaging winds and maybe some hail, maybe being possible. That's mainly for the Midwest here, as we do have, looks like a line of storms moving through North Dakota there around 8 p.m. and then it continues into maybe Minnesota here. So we'll have to watch that closely also. Okay, for Friday, day 3, we have a marginal risk from Montana all the way down to Nebraska and Wyoming here. So now we're looking at the models here, and we see around 10 a.m. in the morning here. We're really not seeing too much going on. We're looking at the NAM 12K, so it's not as much resolution here. It's a little more far out here. We're not able to view it here on the NAM 3K. We're going to fast forward here to about 1 p.m. We start seeing some storms develop here in Montana, maybe areas of Utah, Colorado here. Then as we fast forward, we continue to see some storms developing all the way down into Arizona, New Mexico, and then a few storms developing in Montana, North Dakota, Wyoming, maybe even some areas in Nebraska. So we will have to watch for some damaging winds some large hail maybe for day 3, even North and South Dakota by 10 p.m. on Friday. We'll have to watch for some strong storms coming through. Then by 1 a.m. still some storms, and it looks like to fizzle out by 4 a.m. Some of this could change, but as of right now, that's what it shows here on the model. So we'll have to watch day 3. As of right now, isolated storms are possible for day 3. Okay, now we're looking at Hurricane Darby. This is as of 1:34 a.m. in the morning, actually today. So this is actually early in the morning I'm making this video, so this could change. As of right now, maximum sustained winds of 110 mile per hour, but it's expected to weaken as it continues toward Hawaii, as there's going to be more cooler water in its path here. The movement at 17 miles per hour here. So we will have to watch this. As of right now, it's a hurricane, no longer a major hurricane, luckily here. So, and it'll stay a hurricane until about 2 a.m. Thursday, according to the National Hurricane Center. Then it's expected to become a tropical storm by 2 p.m. Thursday here, and then continue as a tropical storm till 2 p.m. Friday as it gets close to Hawaii. Then as it gets close to Hawaii, it's expected to become a depression by 2 a.m. Saturday. The thing is, it's going to go south of Hawaii as of now, but Hawaii may see some of the rain and thunderstorms from the storm here. Even though you're not going to get a direct hit, you may see some of those rain showers and thunderstorms from those outer bands coming into Hawaii. So you will have to watch for some rain showers and thunderstorms going on there in Hawaii from the storm. But right now, no direct hit is expected, and it looks like it's going to weaken mostly by the time it gets close to Hawaii here. So that's the good news. Okay, now we're looking at the overall Eastern Pacific. See what's going on here in the Eastern Pacific here. And we see Hurricane Darby as it continues. This could have changed as of 1:36 here a.m. But as of right now, it's a hurricane. It's continued to move west here. Then we have the new disturbance here. In the next 2 days, it's expected to probably not develop here. 20% chance of development within the next 48 hours. But within the next 5 days, it has an 80% chance of development here. As of right now, according to what the National Hurricane Area shows, it's not expected to hit Mexico, but we'll have to watch this as it will continue west here. It looks like it may head toward the path Darby went. It looks like it may go a little north of where Darby is going right now, or has went. But we'll have to watch the storm for sure here. As of right now, though, no impacts are expected on Mexico here. So we may not have to worry about this impacting any land, but it's definitely something to watch for sure over the next few days. Okay, now we're looking at the Atlantic, see what's going on here in the Atlantic. We do see one disturbance going on here in the Gulf of Mexico here. The one here in the Gulf of Mexico near Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi has a 10% chance of development within the next 48 hours. And then within the next 5 days, it's a 10% chance of development, meaning it has went down the last few updates here. Last time we updated it, I believe it was 20 or 30% chance of development. Now it has went down to a 10% chance of development. So luckily it has went down, but it doesn't mean you aren't going to get impacts there in Louisiana. There you may see some rain and thunderstorms going on there. Even though it's not going to give you the strong winds and stuff, still could cause some rain and thunderstorms going on in some of your areas there. And then most of the rest of the Atlantic really is not anything going on. Pretty quiet here. Even though in a month from now, the peak of hurricane season is coming up, so we may see more disturbances happening within the next few weeks, maybe even the next few days here. So we'll definitely have to watch the Atlantic. Stay tuned to your local news, any weather channels, or my channel, or National Hurricane Center to check out the latest information as we get closer to the peak of hurricane season here, because peak of hurricane season is usually active. So far, though, we haven't been too active. And let's hope it stays that way. But you never know here with Mother Nature. So be prepared. Don't be scared. There's only one disturbance here as of now. This is in the Gulf of Mexico here, near Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi here. And then no other disturbances here for the Atlantic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it probably was a little shorter of a video here. I'm actually recording this in the morning because I'm going to be probably busy later tonight here. So that's why I'm recording this in the morning, editing this and getting it all ready for the morning, probably close to 8 a.m. I'm releasing this video here, but this is actually recording here earlier this morning around 1:43 Central Daylight Time here on July 13th, 2022 here. So like I said, I'm trying to upload as much as I can before my trip coming up here. So I'm trying my best here. So, and here's a look at our IR satellite. Just wanted to show you what Darby looks like now. You can see the eye has kind of weakened here, so I did want to show you guys that real quick too. But hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day here, and hopefully see you guys in the next video or stream here.